Hello everyone and welcome to Gurung's classes. Today we'll be doing is industrial mode of existence. Okay, so we are doing class 11 environmental science. So what do we mean by industrial mode of existence? We have already done okay hunting and gathering okay mode of existence or pastoralist or agriculture. Okay, now we are doing is industrial mode of existence. Now this mode of existence transformed the human life totally, though in the in the evolution of humans we have seen a slow and steady transformation in the living standard of human beings, but with the onset of industrialization, with the machines coming in human life, life transformed drastically, and that also very fast. Okay, so what happened was when industries came into existence, before that humans were using tools, but those tools were all man-made tools, handmade tools. Okay, and on top of that these tools were all had to be done, they were very simple tools, okay, or simple machines were there, fine. And it still needed human labor, it still needed human numbers, mass population to control, or to use those machines. But when industrialization came, or it started from 1760 onwards, there was a huge change. It speeded up, okay, the process of evolution, or the process of the changing is lifestyle of human beings. Okay, so the humans, instead of then using hand, the work of hand was taken by machines. Okay, so everything was done by machine, so hand and its work, okay, was taken over by machines. So because of that, okay, there was a raise, okay, there was a rise in the living standard of human beings. People started living in a different way, luxurious life. Okay, slowly cars came, okay, or from bicycle what came was a motorbike, okay, or industries, factories, big machines, okay, heavy motors, heavy machineries, okay, or even at home also you can see electrical appliances were there, okay, or fossil fuel was also a major part of industrial revolution, fine. So because of that, the income also, there was a generation in more income, because machines did better jobs than human beings, and then the jobs were more good, more accurate. Okay, and in the 19th century, okay, to run the industry, very well, we need is energy, and that energy was supplied through nature. The natural resources were used, fossil fuels, forest was taken into consideration, forest was cut, huge deforestation. Later on we'll come to the merits and the demerits of industrial revolution or industrialization, fine. So because of that, the natural resources definitely were exploited, fine. People started living more luxurious, like people started moving from rural areas towards the urban areas, because factories were set, and in those factories labor is needed, and labors were taken from again rural areas to that area, okay, to the areas around the factories or areas in those industries. Now what happened was, when labors were set for them, small sheds were made, housing facilities were given, settlements were made, and for them electricity, for them water supply was there for them, and for their kids again school facilities were given. So because of that also, a small, a town was formed, or later on it formed cities. So that also changed the way long time back the ancestors used to live. The ancestors used to live in a group, okay, they had a good communication system, okay, and there was a kinship, leadership was there, amongst the tribal people or amongst the group people. But now this became more nuclear, more atomic, more divided into a small group, that is the group of own self only, that is the family. I'll come to that also, okay, family. So the natural resources were used, it was overexploited very fast in the 20th century, absolutely, okay, because there was not only a demand for the need, but definitely there was a demand for the greed. Nowadays everyone have become selfish, and that is why it is said the nature is sufficient to fulfill everyone's need. but it is insufficient to fulfill everyone's greed. We've become greedy. Yes or no? Okay. So electricity, there was a, electricity production was also there in the 19th century. Okay. Or fossil fuel was also used, and because of that there was an immense pressure upon the ecosystem, and slowly the degradation of the ecosystem started from the 19th century when industrial revolution took place. Why? From there only the quality of the air also started deteriorating, the quality of water, quality of soil. Why? Because population started increasing, because life was more luxurious, life was more easy to live. People did not have to work hard, people did not have to do physical labor. Okay, they simply had to run the machines, or machines did 50 to 60% of their work, so it was easy for them to survive. Okay, but since population grew, there was survival of the fittest, or existence. There was a survival a fight, but in a different way. Okay, so rural people slowly started moving towards the urban area. Why? Because in the urban area life was luxurious, there was job facilities were there. Okay, medical care were there, there was more attention, there was more facilities, living standard was good, so people they were more attracted towards the towns and cities. Because of that also population grew. And moreover, what was also seen was long time back, before the industries, before the machines were there, people used to have cottage industries. All every home, every house used to make something, every house used to be productive, but all those productivity was carried away from those rural areas towards urban area, where factories were set up, machines were there to replace human beings. As a result, these cottage industries were shut down. This is one of the reason. If you go to villages nowadays also, you will see, okay, cottage industries are there. Okay, who makes saris and all, who makes potteries, or who makes bamboo items, who makes other handicrafts, but all these are are taken over by machines, and people also give less values to these things. So that is why slowly these things are dying. Machines. Okay, so these are the demerits. Fine. So mechanized industries, all industries which were run by machines took over human beings, factories were set, towns were set. Okay, and slowly slums also started developing on the outskirts, on in and around the urban areas. Okay, if you talk about the hunter and the gathering society, or if you talk about pastoralism, there was a good relationship between the whole tribal people. There was a good relationship, they used to have a family bonding. But now it is broken down because of industrial revolution. There was a competition amongst each and everyone, who could work more, who could earn more, who could live more luxurious life. Because of that also, they broke down into a small group, their own group, that is called the family. And people also were differentiated according to the class of what, the class of economic, the class of economy. Someone having more economical status, somebody having less economical status. Okay, so and then because of that also, when people move from rural area to urban area, not only the father, not only the mother, but even the children also were forced to work in the factories, were forced to work in different places. Child labor also was raised. Okay, why? Because there was competition to exist, competition to work, competition to earn. This was one of the effects seen of industrialization. And definitely one of the worst in effect of industrialization that we still are seeing and is continuous is the impact upon ecosystem. Why? Because ecosystem now is over exploited. I told you beforehand also. Okay, it is industrialization because of which pollution is there, pollution of land, water, soil. Noise pollution is also there nowadays. Because of noise pollution, people are unable to sleep, people have is depression. Yes or no? Okay, and they have various types of diseases are also seen, which we do not know. Okay, but could be a reason of industrialization, could be and an aftermath effect of industrialization. And when 20th century came, now this is 21st century, there was a huge rise in science and technology. Definitely it helped us a lot. So because of science and technology, medicines were invented, or medicines, new medicines were, you know new medicines were developed, new machines were there, new diagnostic machines were there, people lived long. Okay, and because of that also life expectancy were more, and population grew. That was having a direct impact upon the natural resources, and then the population grew. Okay, when population, when there is a rise in the population, when population grows, then grew, what happened was there was a direct impact upon ecosystem and its quality. Yes or no? Okay. And now also we depend upon fossil fuel a lot for transportation, for industries. Okay. And because for that, deforestation is done. Because for that, mining is done. You must have seen. Okay. And it is estimated that, if we continue with the current rate, then coal is not going to last for long. We have to look for the other source of energy. We have to look for wind energy, geothermal energy. We have to look for hydro energy. We have to look for other sources of energy, other sources of fuel. Biofuels are also there. Okay, so overall what we see is industrial revolution or industrial mode of existence is still there. Okay, in various parts of the world, many countries are totally industrialized. Yes or no? Many countries, we see, or many sections are there who still, or groups of people are there who are still hunter and gatherers, or pastoralists, or some are agriculture. Some depend upon agriculture, some are agriculturalists. Okay, and some are totally industrialist. Yes or no? And the impact that they do upon the ecosystem, which is causing global warming and huge climate change. So that is why we have these various meetings, we have these G summits, we have these Earth summits are there. We observe various, national, international days like Earth Day, like Environmental Day, in order to save the Mother Earth. Okay, so there are various merits of industrial mode of existence and industrialization, which has helped us, which has helped the human life, the humanity, to live a very luxurious life, to live a very comfortable life. Okay, but the demerits are also there, that is at the cost of nature. So nature is also, okay, being depleted, the nature is over exploited. Okay, so that is why one word that we are using is sustainable development. We've got to use the nature in such a way that we can live today in a better way, and even the coming generation also, even the future also could be better. Okay, that is called sustainable development. So dear students, okay, so kindly go through this industrial mode of existence and kindly make a note upon it, whatever I said, okay, in a copy. So that will help you all a lot. If you have any question, you can ask me. Okay, in the next video we'll discuss about all the 4 modes of existence that we find in India. So thank you very much.